Hello and welcome to this edition of Dealing with Brightspace. Today what we're going to be looking at is connecting, in this instance, a quiz, but it also applies to discussions and assignments, but connecting a quiz to the gradebook. When I created the quiz for the video on how to create quizzes, I did not take that step to connect it to the gradebook, which is something I would normally do. But let's take a look about how that process works. You may have imported a quiz from a database or from a quiz generating software, or you loaded it in, or you created your quiz in some way and you forgot to do that. Let's look about how we connect that quiz into the gradebook. So we take a look at Brightspace. And here we are in my sandbox course. And the first place we're going to go to is grades. Now, if we look at the gradebook under Manage Grades, you'll see that I have created in this class so far a Chapter 1 discussion and a Chapter 1 assignment, and those have been connected into the gradebook, but you'll notice under the category of quizzes, there's nothing, because although there is a quiz in this course, it has not been connected to the gradebook yet. So let's go to the Assignments pull-down menu, go to Quizzes, and here's my Chapter 1 quiz. I select the pull-down menu and I go to Edit. I'm into that editing function here, and here's my question. I have that one question: Brightspace is fun to use, true or false? And the answer, of course, is true. When we want to add a grading component to this, we go to the column here called, or the tab here, Assessment. And the first option that we have is automatic grading. Since this is true and false, I'm going to have it automatically graded, so I say yes. And then right here, grade item, this is the way in which we create a place for this grade to be in the gradebook. So I'm going to go ahead and click Add Graded Item. And right now, I'm editing in the gradebook specifically. So I'm going to say Chapter 1 quiz. I want a column for that. And Chapter 1 quiz. And here's where I can select the categories in the gradebook. So if I'm going to group together all my quizzes are going to be worth a percentage, and all my discussions are going to be worth a percentage, and I want to use categories to help with that calculation of final grades, this is where you would do it. You would go into the gradebook and create the categories, and then when you're making that connection to the gradebook, you would assign it the correct category. So I'm going to assign quizzes as the category. So I've created a place in the gradebook for this to go. I want this to be a maximum of 100 points. These are all my other settings and whatnot, and I go into Save, and that item has been created into Assessments. Now I go to Save and Close. Nothing is different here. There's that little symbol, it tells me that it's in the graded area. But let's look at the grades. If I go back to grades again and Manage Grades, you'll see right there. Now that quiz is in the gradebook and it's in the category of quizzes. Now the reality is in the order of operations, what you want to do is when you're creating your quizzes, you want to do all this at the same time. You create your quiz, you create the due date, you create any other restrictions or whatnot, and you create the assessment component and attach that grade to the gradebook. You do that all at the same time. This is just a little tutorial on how, if you forgot it, all you need to do is go back into that assignments tab, go to quizzes, and edit that quiz again, and you're going to be able to add those components to it. So I hope that was helpful, and that's it. See you next time.